Good morning. This is Nancy Puga again, and I am going to go over um, week 3 explorations in my e-learning coursework. I am creating a distance learning activity course for students. So I'm just going to go ahead and start off with where I left off last week. I was still having a lot of issues with uploading a YouTube video on the Adobe Captivate. It would upload it, but then it wouldn't show the video, or it would play the video just weird. It would freeze and do some weird stuff. So I ended up taking it out and including the video as a link. So for the slide for tips for learning, where there is a really nice video on what students can do at home as far as creating a schedule and making sure that they're keeping up with their learning. So I just went ahead and put it in a link. So it says click here to watch your video. They click right there and it'll go straight to their YouTube video. Now what I worked on this week was adding animation and incorporating a game-like activity that goes with the content of the learning. So what I included,
relax, don't stress,
was some animated text. And it's really cute how Adobe Captivate gives you the option to use different little icons. I chose the feather, so it writes it out. And then I incorporated audio with that text, so I had to mess with the timing so that that audio would play and then stop. And then once my text for the slide came out, sorry, let me go back real quick.
relax, don't stress. We encourage you to complete as
So I had to mess with the timing so that the audio would end after the animated text was finished, and then the course text that's for that slide audio comes on. So I had to work with that this week. Then I'm still working on this slide. I just went ahead and added some audio on the summary of the week's lessons. Then I worked on a slide for objectives, and I want to incorporate some links for the Bloom's taxonomy words with questions they can ask themselves as they're figuring out that objective. Like for identify, add some questions, a link with questions, explain, a link with questions, describe, a link with questions, and summarize, a link with questions. And I didn't get that far this week, so I'm still working on that. Then I added some more, played with the animated text a little bit more, and added some audio there, tutorial videos. And then I went back to the GIMP program and I found illustration that was, of course, free on Unsplash, and added some text, Texas cattle industry. And then these are the 2 videos that the students will have to watch for their content of the lesson. So they'll click here and they'll get the oral read aloud of the textbook over Texas cattle drives, and then they'll click here and they'll get some extra information on the life of a cowboy. So I included that this week. Then I went ahead and worked on a gaming activity, and I'm really focused on incorporating universal design of learning principles, and to think about all my students that require differentiated learning. And drag and drop is a great activity that the kids love to do. It's hands-on. They get to drag and drop the words that match the definitions, and then if they get it wrong, they're able to go back and try it again, and that kind of motivates them to learn the information. So I just did it here on this slide because it took me a while to figure it out and get all the everything to work out just right. So for example, they'll take stampede and match it with the definition, barbed wire, and I'm just going to do a wrong answer here so that way, and round up. Then they'll submit it, and if they got it wrong, it's going to tell them to try again. So then they'll do it again. So then they can go back and try it again, and hopefully get it correct this time, and there you are. Great job. So that's what I worked on this week. I want to incorporate more gaming activities, and more hands-on type interactive activities for students so they find the learning engaging and fun. So that was my week explorations. Thank you.